Hello, my name is HAPruitt and I'm the author of the Anelthalien Series, and in this video I am going to reveal the secret project that I've been working on and tell you how it came about, how I created it. So, the secret project is, okay, this is a proof copy. It is the Anelthalien coloring book. I will put a better picture of the cover up here for you to look at. Anelthalien coloring book. The Anelthalien coloring book. So I got the idea while I was working on the maybe I won't put the cover up because I'm going to lift stuff up for you to see. While I was working on the revised edition of Anelthalien, the first book in the Anelthalien series, I got the idea because I was redoing each of the chapter illustrations. One here, oh, the particularly good one. I was redoing all the illustrations because in the initial first edition of Anelthalien, they just weren't as crisp as they could be. And so I was redoing them, and God just put it in my head to make this coloring book. And so while I redid each illustration, I did it digitally, and I made a layer on each illustration that was just the outline. And I made the outline really pretty. So I will show you that one that I showed you in the book. Kind of to give you a comparison. That was like semi-colored in. No, I'm not going to be able to find it. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Okay, there it is. So like you get to color in the staff with the orb and the lightning and the orb. So it's really cool. Every page is like that. Every page is just the outline of what I have created in the revised edition, which is shaded and detailed and all that stuff. And I also wanted to do the best quotes from Anelthalien. And thankfully, as I was working on the revised edition, I was marking. I had sticky notes, but I went in the front of my proof copy, bent the cover back. I wrote the page numbers of all my favorite quotes. I did not put every one of these in there, but I put a lot of them in the coloring book. So you get to color the quotes, and they have some pictures with them. And I also sketch things just because I like to sketch things, and a couple extra pictures you've never seen before in any book and won't be in any book are in the coloring book. Yay! Won't show you those. You have to buy it to find out. So even if you don't color, this has character art in it. It has Ella, it has Andrew, it has Tad, it has Kendall in it, what they look like in my head, and I don't put those in the books. So if you want to see them, get the book. Get the coloring book. Okay, so as I had marked them for marketing purposes, but I was able to just go through and really easily do that. And I did those on Canva. I figured out how to create a hollow font on Canva. I found out how to make any font hollow on Canva, and then I just made it into coloring pages. Yeah. Okay. Then I put some illustrations with one. Okay, so that's formatting. Once I got all of my pages ready and saved my phone and filled up my phone, I formatted it into this lovely book document. And formatting went really smooth. I have done enough books and enough pictures in books, and I have done a couple children's books, and so I've done enough to know how to do it, and it went pretty smooth. I had one hiccup because I realized I did the margins incorrectly on half the book. I don't know if that was my fault or Word's fault. I'm going to blame Word. But I had to go back and redo every single page because of that mistake. In the coloring book, I had to redo every page, but it wasn't that big of a deal. So formatting went pretty smooth. And while I was formatting, I'm like, I want to add the other books too. And I had not created coloring pages with the layers for the other books. And so I just went through and found any pictures that would work as coloring pages. So they're not as crisp as the other ones, but they still work as coloring pages. And I think that's really fun. And again, there's some extra art that I didn't put in any book. That's just me wanting to draw my pictures and my scenes from my books. So that's in there too. Extra pictures. Yay. Super exciting. So, and 2 through book 5. Okay. Book 5 is not published yet, but books 1 through 5 are in here. Book 5 only has like, let me look. Book 5 only has, it's not much because right now, as I'm made this coloring book, I'm working on book 5 and drawing the pictures of book 5. So book 5 has 1 quote and 4 pictures, and one I love so much. I can't even tell you what it, can't even tell you. But it's got 5 pictures from book 5. That's exciting. And I did make those the really crisp lines, and they are so good. So good. Ah. Okay, that makes me so excited. And there's quotes from books 2 through 5 in here also. Book 1 has every chapter illustration from Anelthalien, so that's like 31. I can't remember if it's 30 or 31. So 31 chapter illustrations plus a bunch of quotes. And then 2 through 5 have like 5 pages each of a mix of quotes and pictures. So it's a lot. It's a lot of really fun, great pictures in there. And you get a sneak peek at book 5. This comes out before book 5. So you get a sneak peek of a quote and 5 pictures to kind of like be like, oh, what's going on in that picture? I don't know. Who is that person? There's 2 that you're like going to be like, who is that person even? Okay, I'm excited. And I also drew my author picture. Yay, for my author bio page, I drew my author picture, and that's just a fun addition. And then I did more formatting because, of course, I had to add all these extra pages in there. So more formatting, and finally I came up with the interior of the book. So the cover, usually for all my Anelthalien series, the main books, I know exactly what the cover is while I'm writing it, even before I write it, like sometimes. I know exactly what I want the cover to be, and so it's not easy to make the cover, but I'm like, I know what I want, and I'm going toward that goal, and I do it. So it's like a swift understanding of goal-oriented. I hope that makes sense. Why I write so much better than I talk, I promise. So I know what I want the cover of the series to be. But with the coloring book, I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what to make for the cover. I don't do coloring books. I do love to color, but I color my own pictures. So I don't even look at coloring books. I was like, I knew I wanted it this size, obviously, because I formatted it and make it like a coloring book floppy. And I wanted the pictures big pictures. Okay. And I was like, I want the title on the coloring book just like it is on the book. So this is the same title, just bigger. I knew I wanted that. And I knew I wanted it to kind of look like the book. And so I wanted the dragon in the middle, but I wanted the outline of the dragon. I hope you can see everything. I wanted the outline of the dragon instead of like the colored in, just like, so I could be like, inside this book, you have to color in everything instead of me doing it for you. And then I wanted my name, just like my name on here. But I also wanted like to put on here, this is a coloring book. And you color illustrations and quotes from Anelthalien, so like people know what it is. And that's all I really had. It's the majority of what's on here, but that's all I really had. That with a white background. And I was like, what else do I do? So I looked up coloring books, and I looked up adult Christian coloring books, because there's some really yucky coloring books out there, like bad words and stuff. Okay, whatever. So I looked up Christian coloring books, and I saw a lot with like little half colored in details of the flowers. They usually have flowers around the edges, and I was like, I like that look, the white background with like the half colored in. And so I tried to do that with my full color illustrations, because some of these I do color them in, but they're black and white in the book, but I color. Go play, sweetie. Go play, please. Can't even tell you what's so funny. So I tried that. I tried like putting it together, but I just didn't like it. It took away from the gold, and it took away because there was so much color around it. And so I was like, well, maybe I just need to draw them. And so I started on my drawing app. Hey, let Mama talk, okay? When I'm done, you can make your video, okay? Let me do mine, okay? Hey, please stop. So I gotta do this fast now. I started drawing, and then I started liking it, so I just started like taking different drawings, and like I would do a layer and like put it on there, the original drawing, put it on there, and then trace over it in green. And I kept doing that with different drawings, and I would just trace over it in green. And I like that. I like that for the cover. And then I was like, okay, do I need to do anything else? And I formatted it on with the spread. I did the spread on my program on my computer that makes covers. I make covers, but you know, it's the program I make covers in. Similar to Photoshop. But I was like, it needs something more, because just white on the back too. I was like, it just needs more. And so I made this green. You can see it's starting to creep up here to kind of like outline and create kind of like that circular feeling to this green. And I don't know if you can see it here. I pulled in my drawing app on my phone, I like shaded it so like it was bigger than this. When I put it on my thing on my computer, it was bigger. I had to extend it bigger to make sure that it didn't cover up any of the green here. But I like shaded it and made it like smooth and made it a gradient so it goes across, and then you have the green on the back. And I did another layer and traced this in gold so it could be on the background. And I'm gonna fix this. The gold looks a little bit thinner. I fixed it, but this is my proof copy that I knew I needed to do that. So the gold's going to be a little bit thinner, but I knew I wanted the gold again to surround it, and I put my blurb in. I put my blurb on the back, and that was how I created my coloring book. And I do have a few adjustments. You see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 adjustments to make, and they're going to take a little time. But that is how I made my coloring book.
Put this on foot.
Okay, give me just a second to help my baby with his book. Okay. And then I want to tell you, the coloring book is going to come out August 19th, 2025. It's going to come out before the 5th book again. So if you want to sneak peek at the 5th book, get this, color the pictures, dream about what's in the 5th book. And okay, it's going to come out then. I'm not going to say that. I might do an author event at some point in my hometown, so if you're interested in that, like, follow me. Yay. And I think there's a million other things I want to say about that, but I'm going to stop this video. Keep following me for more. Follow this channel, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my Instagram and my Facebook. Like this video, share it with others. Ask me questions if I missed anything or just got my words jumbled up. I also did the spine, and I have to fix the spine too. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Okay,
so do your video.
This is my video.
That's your video?
So,
yeah.
it's gonna be Granny's birthday next second.
It's Granny's birthday next month? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
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 You're a sweetheart. Okay, bye.
So,
if you want to know more about Anelthalien or HAPruitt, please follow me on Instagram at HAPruitt. You can find me on Amazon as an Amazon author, HAPruitt. Please watch my YouTube channel and all my cool videos on my channel, HAPruitt Anelthalien. You can find me on the Facebook page, HAPruitt Anelthalien. You can follow me on Goodreads by the name HAPruitt and the book Anelthalien, or you can go to my website where so much cool stuff about Anelthalien is. The website is hapruitt.com.